And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Halftime Heroes right here on Wildcat Sports Live. As always, brought to you by Stockton and Stockton Attorneys at Law. Alan, I almost forgot how to do this. It seems like it's been a while.
Well, it's not another episode. This is another season.
Another season of Halftime Heroes.
And
on
how
Wildcats.
many is this for us?
I think this is season 8.
Wait,
we did the math.
All of J.
Hold on for math right now.
All of Lee.
Yes.
I think we started with Lee, didn't we?
Yeah, this is season 7 or 8. We started with Lee.
But we're into 100 episodes easy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. We started off with radio.
And now we're in Technicolor.
It's kind of like that Drake, started from the bottom, now we're here. But anyway, new season, new head coach who is not new to our program and is definitely not new to state championships or the world of football. Just in the way of introduction, he has married into a heck of a football pedigree. His father-in-law, Ray Lamb, is a Georgia legend. I mean, I put him up there with Wright Bazemore, Larry Campbell. I mean, he is a legend in Georgia football. He is probably undefeated against RabunCounty when he coached at Commerce. But
Why do we have to talk about that?
Anyway, his daughter, his only daughter, married you, correct?
I'll keep my coverage, no doubt.
Tell him your name, Coach.
I'm Michael Davis, head football coach here at RabunCounty.
And
Just honored.
Tell us about your resume. Where all have you been?
Well, I started a long time ago. My first coaching job was at Rockmart. I was there my very first year. Then I went to Cartersville. Was there for 3 years. Newton County High School for 2. And
was Rockmart where Danny Ware came from?
It was, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he played for the New York Giants, he was DJ Ware.
Yeah. but we were, and then I finished up after Newton County. I was in Calhoun since 1999. So, and we played him there. We played Danny, DJ when he was there at Rockmart.
Now, at Calhoun, you were working for your brother-in-law, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How'd that go?
Hal Lamb. There were some good times, and there were some bad times. I think him and I get along better now. Since we don't work together anymore. But now he taught me so much. I learned so much being under him, and he's a great man, great person. You know, he's a great football coach, but he's even a better man.
But while y'all were there, how many state championships?
We won 3.
How many did you play for? We
played for a bunch. We played 2005, and then from 2008 to 2012, we played Buford 4 of those years, but finally beat them the 4th. Played Jefferson.
Well, they should have only been like 9 classifications ahead of y'all.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And how many people can say they beat Buford in the state championship?
That
2, 3, maybe just them.
Yeah, it was a really exciting. We had a big lead. I'll never forget. We had a big lead, and we lost the lead with about 2 minutes. We'd actually broke down the headsets, was going down and celebrate the field, and they grabbed us off the elevator and told us we need to go back up top. Ended up going to overtime, kicked the field goal to win it.
Good Lord.
So yeah.
Now, were you the OC there?
I was, yes, sir. I was fortunate enough to coach quarterbacks and be the offensive coordinator, and we had that streak of 18 region championships that actually broke the year after Coach Lamb retired. So that was a pretty good run there too.
Is that a state record, 18?
I think it's up there, yes, sir. I'm not exactly sure, but I think if it's not, it's pretty close.
How many are we up to in RabunCounty now? 8?
7?
7 or 8?
Yeah.
But you think we can keep it going?
I hope so. I like to break it. Let's get 19.
Yeah.
Let's get 19 and break it.
Now, Coach, where are you from originally?
I'm from McDonough, down in Henry County. Yes, sir. I played. It's actually now Eagles Landing Christian.
Okay.
Is what the school I went to. They bought this little small private school, and they bought it, and now I'm probably the most anti-private school guy in the world, after being in public education and playing them.
Yeah, we moved down and they moved up, thankfully.
Yeah, that's right. We were supposed to play them last year in the COVID.
Well, they've got a good program.
Yep, they do.
Now, you've got your wife. Is she up here working?
She is, yeah. She actually just retired in May from education, but she's been hired up here. She's kind of doing half-time work up here. In the school system, so she's been up here now she moved up this summer. She stayed in Calhoun and retired there. And then we kind of had a split home this past year. Then I've got 2 daughters. Callie she's 26. She's a 3rd grade teacher in Gordon County. And then my youngest daughter, Lindy Ray, she's 19, and she goes to University of Georgia.
And she doesn't just go there. What else does she do there?
She's a softball player. She plays softball. We're very proud of her.
We watched her on TV some this past year.
Yep. When she plays good, she plays like her daddy. When she struggles, she takes after her mama. That's kind of what it says.
Coach, let's get into how you ended up over here.
Yep.
I mean, I can't imagine Rabun County was the only opportunity you had over the years. So how did you land on Rabun?
Well, number one, Calhoun was such a great place, and our long-term goal was that we were going to move over this side of the state somewhere because my daughter Lindy had been committed to Georgia since she was in 8th grade.
Gotcha.
And then my in-laws were in Commerce. My mother was in McDonough, and it was just easier. We just felt like we got to take care of the in-laws. It's easy to get to Athens, somewhere over here. And so J-Bo and I knew each other, and I just reached out to her. He had put something on social media looking for some coaches, and I just reached out to him, and it just one thing led to another, and it was just, I talked about it to some people, my brother-in-laws, the people I look up to, my father-in-law in the coaching business, and prayed about it, and it was too good of an opportunity to pass down. When I came over here, to coach quarterbacks and had a chance to coach Gunner Stockton. It's not many people can say that, and that was worth it in itself, just coming for that reason.
Pretty good draw if you're an offensive-minded coach.
Not bad at all.
I used to meet him on the field after every game, and what's the first question I'd ask you?
I don't know.
What are the numbers?
Yeah, he wanted the numbers. He won't know the numbers.
Yeah,
and that's right. And his numbers were so good they were hard to keep up with. Man, what an awesome run he had.
Well, and it looks like you got another good one this year.
I do. We have Keegan Stouffer, a kid that's transferred in from West Forsyth. They moved up last. His dad's sold his chiropractic business, and like most people, wanted to move to the mountains, and we're fortunate enough to get him. He's a different type quarterback than Gunner. I mean, there's some similarities. He's a little bit bigger.
Got an arm.
Yeah, he's got a strong arm. He's 6'5", about 225. Big kid. I mean, he could play tackle, tight end in a lot of places,
Absolutely.
But I'm glad we got him.
Got a lot of good. I know we lost a lot to graduation last year, but there is a lot of good, skilled people.
Yeah, it's really crazy how good. I feel like athletically we're as good this year as we were last year. Kids are a little bit older, a little bit stronger, a little bit faster. But you got the Jaden Gibsons and the Corey Kellers and the Jarrett Giles and the Willie Goodwins, and then we had a kid transfer in, just kind of fell in our lap, named Noah Legal from West Hall, tremendous athlete. Paul Pachetti. I mean, the list is
Lang.
Oh, I forgot about our running back, Lane Wyndham. How did I forget about him?
Yeah.
He after watching the scrimmage, he's trying to play quarterback. I think after that one play, we were trying to throw the ball. That's why I forgot.
That might be the worst play he made, but he ended it well.
And Keegan did well, not catching that ball.
I told him that's the smartest dumb play I've ever seen in my life, or the dumbest smart play. I don't know.
Can't be super mad at the kid just trying to make a play though.
No,
right?
but it was smart on his part. And what I was told, and I didn't know this at the time, they said he had done that 2 years ago in Thomas when they played Thomasville. He did the same thing. So
yeah, I didn't remember that.
I don't either.
I don't know. That's what they were talking about on the sideline. So I don't know.
Let's talk about the transition from being a coordinator to being, the guy.
As long as you've been in it, this is your first
Yes,
head
sir.
deal.
Yeah, and I'm just going back. I've had some opportunities, but my situation in Calhoun was just so good that it wasn't the opportunities I had. I didn't feel like were better, and it wasn't my ego or whatever. I had to be the head coach somewhere. So I just stayed there and was a good soldier, I guess. And then this opportunity came along, and I look back and I didn't realize all the things that a head coach has to do. I feel like at times I'm drinking water through a fire hose. I really do. I mean, it's just but I'm loving every minute of it.
Well, one more thing, I'm getting the sign, we're getting close to the end, but as many seniors as we lost last year, and we had a head coach and the majority of the other coaches leave, this ain't a rebuilding year.
No, and I'm going to tell you something. We number one, we lost some really good players. That senior class was was unbelievable. You know, and I was only fortunate enough to be with them for a year. And then we lost some good coaches. But the thing is, we've got great players coming back. We got a lot of inexperienced players that just need a chance to play. You know, they've been in the shadows of some of these guys, and then I was able to hire. I got an unbelievable coaching staff. I mean, it's almost like if you could call it a dream team.
Sure.
But I mean, I've got 4 or 5 ex-head coaches, you know, coordinators. I mean, I've really done well. You know, I'm gonna have to pat myself on the back for that. I've hired some good coaches, but I've hired good coaches, but better men.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. Well, unfortunately, that's our time already. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
thank y'all for having me.
For the kickoff episode of the, we think, 8th season of Halftime Heroes.
It's awesome.
Maybe 7.
Halftime Heroes, as always, brought to you by
Maybe
Stockton,
9. Maybe
Stockton Attorneys at Law. Don't you have a website now?
I don't think it's really.
Don't go to the website. Call this phone number instead.
Don't believe anything you read online either. But
All right. What's the phone number?
1-800-CAR-WRECK. No, 706-782-6100.
Awesome. All right, guys. That's going to do it for this episode. See you next week.